And live.
What up, boys?
What up?
So, what's this game you're watching, Lando?
Game one, opening season, or opening game for the NBA season.
Nice. Who's playing?
OKC versus the Rockets.
What's the score?
115, 115, going into double overtime.
Nice. How's your day been, E?
Nerve productive, not fun.
It looked fun when you were towing that thing around.
Towing what thing around my caboose? My dead weight on my fantasy team or the barricade at work?
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Talk about our trade first.
Oy, 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 oy. All right. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna get roasted sooner.
Start with what you sent me.
We sent you all kinds of stuff. To be honest.
Yeah, we've
Hey,
been
yo.
talking about 3 days or so.
So basically, I haven't been wanting to get rid of Judkins. Judkins, I know, is a big key piece in this year, and I think he is going to be a potential league winner for a lot of people. However, watching the Broncos game the other night, it occurred to me. I thought I had the team to win it all. I did not. I don't think I would be able to beat Rob or Landon, or you for a matter of fact. So I started looking around. I started seeing the potential of everything, and one thing we were talking about prior to the call is how difficult it has been to trade this year with certain people. It's some people will say, "Hey, I want to trade," or "Hey, this person's available," and then come time to it, you're having to pay double the amount that you should be. So at some point, if I already think my team currently, this is, hey, kids, do not try this at home. This is called gambling. It's an addiction. It is not good. So if I can't win with what I got to switch it up at some point. And that being said, I made some moves today. First one being Lamar Jackson and Tedorora McMillan for Quinshawn Judkins, Genty, and Garrett Wilson. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that deal to start with.
Okay, Landon, you go first before I give my input.
No, you go first.
Okay. So, as we've been talking the past few days, Judkins had to be a part of it. And when we first started talking about this deal, I had Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Lamar Jackson. Loved my quarterback room, but unfortunately, after my output this week, my team needed some key players. And I have made some trades, but I have been taking chances and picking up players that were not going to help me, like Lamar Jackson and Omarion Hampton. Unfortunately, with week 7 here, or week 8 is here now, we have a bye-nado, as some will say, or whatever you want to call it, but there's 6 teams on a bye. And I was playing Mark, and Mark is someone that I need to beat. We have 4 teams at 6 and 8. We have a 5 and 7. We have Ian at, I think, 4th place or 3rd place. At 4th place, 8 and 6. So we've got all these teams that are bunched up, and I thought, okay, you offered me Judkins, Genty, and Wilson for Lamar and Odunze. I countered with, I had sent 2 counters, and one of them was Brees Hall involved in it instead of Genty. The other was, I forget what the other one was, but you accepted I know what the other one was, the one you accepted. So it was Genty and Judkins and Wilson for Tet and Lamar. And you accepted that one. I sent a trade offer to Sean, which we'll get into later about why it was rejected. He texted me back and said, Brian, I can't accept this. I'd like to, but Ian is sending me the farm. And I was like, what is he sending you? And he told me, but I'll let you talk about that trade. And I said, no, dude, you've got to accept it. And I respect the fact Sean is almost has last place wrapped up, but he's not just giving his pieces away. So I respect that in Sean, because there's a lot of people that say they want to trade, but they want to give away their crap pieces. They don't want to give away anything good. So I took the deal. Yeah, now Jaden Daniels might be out. Well, I think he's probably going to be out this week. I think he'll personally be out until his bye, which then gives me a few weeks to build back up. So now I need to get a quarterback or whatnot. I don't really need a quarterback with the running backs I just got. Genty is a gamble. The reason I wanted Hall is just in case he got traded somewhere. Because in that offense, I really don't want Hall and Wilson. That offense is ugly. So I was banking on a trade being made. So there we are.
Trade with the quarterback for Wilson. I do like Tyrod more than, Tyrod's not the greatest quarterback, but I do like him more than Fields.
Fields is only good for his rushing upside, and that's if he even gets that.
That is correct.
Because if he doesn't get it, he sucks. So Landon, give your input.
I don't like it at all for Ian. We got a rushing quarterback that is coming off a hamstring injury. I do like, after you mentioned that it may have been Rome over Tet, I do like that he got Tet, even though he went and traded him, but we'll get into that next. But he gives up Quinjon, a top 15, let's say, running back. Ashton Genty, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I know on his good days he can still perform well. And then Garrett Wilson, if Tyrod Taylor becomes a starter, I'm going to be much more interested in Garrett Wilson than if Fields is a starter. And as I've mentioned before, I feel like you just have no depth, and you went and traded 3 for 2, and that 2 is a quarterback and a wide receiver, and I didn't like it to begin with, and then you go and make another trade that, like I said, we'll get into, but then you traded 3 for 1, so now it's even more lack of depth for you. So I just don't like it due to the depth part. I like it as someone that's in your division, but I don't like it for you specifically.
No, hey, that's fair. Not everyone's got the same cup of tea taste.
Absolutely.
That being said, I decided to then proceed. I mentioned I like to gamble on this instance, which I'm seriously doing. But if this gamble pays off, my starting lineup will be legit. And I'll have a chance to compete with you guys, which is what I'm trying to do. I understand. This is boomer bust. I understand that. And it's not the smartest fantasy logic. It actually may be absolutely fucking bonkers. But that being said, something had to have been done. If sitting around not doing anything was going to get me nowhere. So sometimes you just got to have a little bit of fun with it, which is what I'm currently doing. Because the very next trade, what was it, 10 minutes later?
Yep.
If that.
It was 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. I decided to then make another trade. This time I traded Cortland Sutton, who is a top 12 wide receiver this year. Tedorora McMillan, who gets peppered with targets, and Breece Hall. Traded that away for CeeDee Lamb. So now you're pairing Lamar, you're pairing Derrick Henry, you're pairing CeeDee Lamb, Michael Pittman, who just had a pretty solid showing. You have Bo Nix, who obviously I have really touted. And then on top of that, I got some other things currently waiting to go through. We got waivers running through tonight. We got trades still kind of sitting out there. So it's going to be fun.
So, Landon, can you I don't see you sharing your screen. I just see that Discord fourth thing. Are you sharing the screen right now?
Yeah.
I don't see it. Just see the 3 chat boxes.
Yeah, I just see.
Oscar said you're playing craps, Ian.
Oh, Oscar's on here?
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I mean, he's in the comment section.
I can't see anything.
No, it's not streamed to you guys.
Oh. Anyways.
So, I like Landon's roster. Here's the thing. I don't want this fool to go three-peating, but you got Drake May, you got Jefferson, and Waddle. Okay, that's your 2 receivers.
No.
Etienne. What?
Are you talking about this week specifically?
Well, I'm just looking at your.
Okay.
Yeah, this week.
Okay.
So you got Jefferson, Waddle, okay, and I'll say Smith and Jigba, okay? And then you've got Etienne, Taylor, and possibly Aaron Jones and Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving, when he's not going to be back this week, okay? Rico Dowdle, who knows what he's going to do. But he won't have to start him once JSN comes back. So here will be his playoff starting lineup. May and Dart, unless he picks up another quarterback, which he's not going to need to. He's got Tua also. But then Jefferson, JSN, and Waddle. He doesn't even have to start Waddle. But then he's got Etienne, Taylor, Bucky. So his starting lineup is solid. If we want to compete with you, Landon, what we had going into this week, we weren't going to compete. Maybe it sets up where actually there's reseeding, so the only way you and Rob would play each other would be in the finals because lowest seed goes to the highest, as we know that.
Yeah, which means if Jason barely creeps in and I get the 1 seed, I'm cooked. I don't want to play Jason.
No, one seed you would have a bye.
Well, yeah, but Jason's going to beat whoever he plays, I feel like.
Okay.
So
then
injuries are a mofo.
Yeah, no, true.
Flacco could take a hit and his Ben Gay doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, and then week 15, Burrow comes back.
He throws his back out picking up the newspaper.
Maybe. The only way Burrow's coming back is if they're playing for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, and right now they're not. So, we had to make moves. Still believe Rob needs to make a move. I don't think he's lost a play. What's up, Huddy? Hey, Huddy. Come here, buddy. Huddy.
He said Boosie on the way out.
What
the? He did. So, Rob needs to pick up some depth because if he gets an injury, he's the one that has Debo, right? Or is that Nate?
Nate, I believe.
Okay.
No, I think it's Rob.
So,
and I did try offering a similar deal that I gave you for Lamar to Rob for Dak.
It's Rob.
To pair with Steve.
And he rejected?
Oh, fast, right away.
Wow. He needs depth, and I thought that...
There's no trading. It's been off limits the whole season for me. It's instant rejects.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys. That is me. I'm going to my instant.
He hasn't made a trade. He's still rostering Mixon. We keep talking about this every week, I feel like, but he keeps winning, so it really doesn't matter.
Like, why fix it if it ain't broken?
Yep.
Correct. But the depth,
he's proving us wrong right now.
I know.
It's the proof is in the pudding. I mean, he's got. You think about it, he's kind of has the depth. I mean, Corum's no joke. St. Brown, he doesn't even need this week.
You already invalidated your statement.
Huh?
You invalidated your statement. The first thing you said.
What? With Corum?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't get mad. Talk your talk, but I'm just letting you know.
No, I like Corum. I like Corum on the long run. I think he's going to be a solid RB tab as a fill-in for in case Kyron goes down. I think he's got Keanu and Brown who are in buys this week that he's not even playing, and looking at his starting lineup, he may not even need them.
Yeah, you're right, and I guess I owe him an apology because maybe I don't know what he's done, but Addison, oh, that's right. So Addison started off on suspended. Um, he's got Cook. Kamara has fallen off a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But they just lost Kendre Miller.
That's true. That's true. I mean, yeah.
I mean, he's got. It's not that he doesn't have the depth; he's just got questionable depth.
Well, I can't even say he has questionable. I like his. I guess my team just suck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's enough with the trades. Did you want to say anything else about his Lamb trade? Let's look at Ian's lineup. So Lamar, Lamb, Henry. Yes, you got Bo Nix. Okay, but you started off with a comment. Watching the Broncos, you thought you had the team. You still have Nix and Denver. You only got rid of Cortland. What did you mean by that?
So, I think Bo Nix. So, me personally, obviously we all know you're in this instance. Watching the football that I've watched, I may have made many comments before. I think the play calling in Denver is holding back that Broncos offense currently. I think the little bubble screens that are occurring are holding the Broncos back, which is why you're not seeing so much of Sutton recently. You're seeing a lot more Mims. You're seeing a lot more Franklin. Evan Ingram's in that mix now. So it's almost like he's got a lot of toys to play with, in my opinion. So that he's got the legs on top of that. Now, the game that just happened, I feel, unlocked kind of a key to see, hey, Bo can do it. Bo's got the talent. Bo's got the skill set. He's got the weapons. Pairing him with Lamar Jackson and CeeDee Lamb and Henry, those are all big boom potential guys. And that's kind of what I have to do. I have to gamble, like we mentioned earlier. If I want to beat Landon, I got to gamble with guys that are going to blow up. And those are all guys that can blow up. And how I view it is if they all do blow up like I think they could, the rest of my team just needs to put up a certain amount of points to stay consistent and squeak in. And right now, with the record that I have, I can afford to lose maybe one more week, and then I'm DEFCON level, whatever the highest level is.
1. DEFCON 1 is when shit has hit the fan. So, okay. Waivers.
Yes, sir.
And it's like, don't you dare.
I have
7. I know we're not going to talk about everybody because it's at the nitty gritty. Is there anybody that, like, you picked up Spencer Rattler? Okay.
Yes.
Are there players like that? I'm assuming so. I'm waiting for a quarterback to get dropped this week, tonight, that I think may be a hot commodity. Just looking at everybody, I believe there's going to be more quarterbacks than what are out there right now. It's kind of why I was able to, or felt I was safe enough to give away a quarterback. Defense-wise, streaming. Do you think that there is give me 2 each, both of you, not on waivers, locked in every week, start them and forget about them, defenses that at this time, this season, that you can just set in place and forget?
Go ahead, Lena.
And again, they don't have to be on waivers. Just, do you feel that there's a defense out there?
Not really. I think Denver. They do have a very solid defense. I mean, they did just give up 31 to the Giants, but
yes,
the Giants, I feel like, man, they're just playing on a different level right now. That man Jackson Dart and Scat, those two are super fun to watch. Other than them, though, I mean, Houston's offense is so bad, so Houston's defense may not be giving up a lot of points, but I can tell you that they'd be giving up. I mean, they may not be giving up a lot of yards, but they will be giving up a lot of points. So I wouldn't be able to say Houston. So I think maybe just Denver right now, without looking
Denver,
at
I agree. Go ahead.
without looking
No,
at
I was
future
saying,
schedules.
you?
I was gonna say Denver. I definitely agree with. Yeah, there's an upcoming bye with my next team. However, I still think they're an elite defense that's kind of going under the radar. Cleveland Browns, I think, are nice to have. They have Jets, Baltimore, Vegas, San Fran, Tennessee, Chicago, Buffalo, Pittsburgh to end the season. So I think that the scariest team in there is Buffalo. Other than that, that's a pretty nice.
What week is Buffalo?
What's that?
What week is Buffalo?
16.
So they're set up to get you to the playoffs, a set and forget one. Here's my thing. And as you saw, there was a play that was made, and Landon made a comment and said, man, these defenses are whack or something like that, because one play and they lost like 25 points. If you can hold a team scoreless and under 100 yards, because like I told you, I kept rooting for the Jets, just get over that 100-yard mark, please. Because then Denver was going to drop off another 15 points. Once you lose those 15 points and 12 points from your scoring and your yardage, every defense is the same. So that's why I'm asking that. So I think defenses are going to become a hot commodity on waivers from here on out. Quarterbacks, there's not a whole lot left. I'm banking on, I think, 2 quarterbacks getting dropped tonight. We'll see if it happens. If it doesn't, then, it is what it is. I can stream, but there's not many good choices. Andy Dalton, I think, will help Tet. Didn't really want to give a wide receiver, but I knew I was not going to get the package that Ian wanted to give. No Diddy, as Landon says. But I was gonna you have to give to get.
Yeah, is that why you gave up Tet instead of Rome?
Why you say why?
No,
or
is that why?
No, because I think he's going to be better with Dalton for a few games, but that glow or whatever when you get a backup in there doesn't last very long. Dalton's a backup for a reason.
So you're higher on Rome rest of the season.
His schedule, yes.
And Dalton's proven that too. He always has his offense running good for 1 or 2 weeks, and then just a complete nosedive, which is how Bryce got brought back into the mix at the end of last year.
Correct. But the thing is, but Bryce has some time to refocus while he's out, because he has a high ankle sprain, so he's probably out 3 weeks or so, if not more. CD came back at the 4th week, I think. We'll see what Puka does, because he has a high ankle sprain. There's been some others that have had. Tajay Spears stayed out for 5 weeks, I think it was 4 or 5 weeks. So high ankle sprains are tough to return on. They're seems like tougher than ACLs right now when you come back from them. So quarterbacks are going to be a streaming thing. Wide receivers, losing Evans, yes. What was that?
So you could pick them up a dime a dozen.
That's the thing. Wide receivers, you need to find one like Nate struck gold with Luke McCaffrey. It's 25 plus points, up to 35 points this week with his return yardage. When I saw that the 2 receivers, Scary Terry and Debo, were out, I went to go grab them. Didn't realize Nate even had them. At that point, couldn't do it, so I went to my other league, grabbed him, and got 25 points on 202 yards and no receptions. So those are the type of receivers you need to take chances on. And it'd be nice if Xavier Worthy, for you, would start returning some punts. I don't think that would ever happen, or kickoffs, but he's so good. And now that Rice is back, they need someone back there that can do that. Brashad Smith is not doing great at that, but Kansas City's offense is waking up with Rice back. There's just the receivers, I believe, are easier to find if they do punt returning. Pick a subject, guys.
Uh, you want to go over matchups?
Yes.
Alrighty. We got some close ones this week, actually.
Yeah, the median right now is set at 186.81. So that's saying what we're seeing. It's kind of some low scoring, but starting.
So, all right. You want me to start with me and Oscar or what?
That's fine.
Sure.
All right. So, currently, I am going to be facing Free Mark Sanchez, currently projected to lose by 3 points. That is with me missing a second running back, as I currently didn't have a second running back in my team due to earlier aforementioned trades. I'm going to start. Reports are that Lamar Jackson did miss practice yesterday. They're going to be back tomorrow, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed he actually practices tomorrow and plays this week. If not, it'll be Spencer taking the charge for me. I'm going to pair with Bo Nix. So I do think I'm going to lose this week. I don't foresee it being a lucky win. I do, however, like I mentioned earlier, foresee myself having a couple wins to play with due to everyone else's schedule. So if I have to let a couple guys get healthy, such as Lamar Jackson, who I think is going to be relied upon, him and Derrick Henry later on in the season to help push them into the playoffs. Because if you're looking at the rest of their schedule, they're down 3 wins, or they're down 3 in that division. So
He's scared now, Oscar.
What's this fool laughing at?
This fool Oscar is laughing at the fact that you said you're gonna lose.
Oh, I am gonna lose. I'm gonna lose.
Why did they get on this thing?
What's that?
Ask him. Oscar, do you have Discord? Keep going, no, you. Keep going.
But that being said, I just think Lamar and Derrick Henry will be relied upon heavy, which is what I'm banking on. Same with CD. I'm just looking for the guys that are hopefully going to be relied upon heavy. So, if I lose this week, then so be it. But I think down the stretch, as long as the guys that I traded for are healthy, then we'll see.
Well, next week, Lamar and Henry, you know who they're facing, right?
Oh,
Miami.
Yep. Yeah. Butter them up. I want to see King Henry go for 300. I want to see Lamar go for 150 and 4. It'll be beautiful.
The last time they played, that's damn near what happened.
What about butt fumble / free Mark Sanchez? What about his lineup? Are you confident that will let him down? And which ones are you worried about that could go off?
I think so. Here's a couple things. Earlier we mentioned the question was brought up. What do you think the Broncos are going to do with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens? I think what you're going to see is you're going to see CD one-on-one with Pat Surtain, and I think you're going to see Pickens get doubled up. You see Riley Moss doing a lot of the underneath stuff with an overhead coverage. So I think Pickens is actually going to let him down. I think CD's going to see a lot of target share. I think Dak and CD are going to try doing something not a lot of. I mean, Giants just did it. They let the Broncos up. But I think Pickens is going to lose a lot of targets with CD fully back now. Higgins, who knows? If Flacco decides he wants to go out and have another great, fantastic game, Higgins can be that guy. Personally, I do not believe that'll happen. I do think his receivers are a little questionable. However, I do believe his running backs are where he makes up for it, having Hubbard and Mason. I'm a big believer in Mason. I like Mason. I think he's going to see a lot of work. There's the talks of Aaron Jones being back, but I think that'll still take some time. And right now, they're trying to decide if they want to go with Wentz or with McCarthy, in my opinion, from what it seems like. They're saying it's not McCarthy. McCarthy's not ready, but I don't know. Something just doesn't seem right about that whole situation. So I just see a lot of work being done with Mason, just because we all know Wentz sucks. And then his quarterbacks are strong. He's got really strong quarterbacks. I like Josh Allen, obviously. Herbert's playing lights out. The only thing is he's playing Thursday night, and quarterbacks don't always play well Thursday night. I can't say that It's impossible. We've seen great Thursday night games before, such as Kirk Cousins last year when he threw for 4 touchdowns, but it's still Justin Herbert. So,
And last
got
week, both of the quarterbacks.
yeah.
So, Aaron Jones, my guess, he will not be back this week. It's a short week. Give him one more week to return. Gives him 10 days to practice or whatever that is between Thursday and Sunday. So I think that will his return
Oscar,
at the soonest would be the following week. So Mason would be
Let
good.
me add you, because I don't
One
know
thing I
my
noticed
actually.
about this matchup that I really like. So you've got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry going against the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears at the moment are Oscar's. That's that's his defense. He's got Pickens
If you want to join.
going against Denver Broncos. You got the Denver Broncos defense. So those two, if one of those defenses does well, it's going to shut down the player from the other team most likely, at least with touchdown wise. So that should be a fun thing to watch. And then watching Herbert with, I thought that he had. No, we didn't have him. So that's really the only matchup that is dependent. But Lamb, I will say this. Your Lamb, if he goes off, your defense sucks. If your defense goes off, Lamb sucks. So
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. What
Okay.
you've seen a lot of happening with the Broncos is they're bending and breaking. So Lamb could still have 10 targets, for example, 150 yards, and be held to no touchdowns.
Well, that's what I mean. So, but that kills your bonus on the yardage. Denver or the Rams, or the Cowboys not scoring, being held scoreless, highly unlikely. So your defense is going to it's going to be shaky because not only, Pickens and Lamb are both going in this matchup, but they're both going against Denver. Just something that mentally I try to stay away from is starting a defense and a player in that versus that defense. That's just something I always try to do.
Good thing waivers haven't ran yet.
Well, that's what I said. It's as of right now, that's what these two teams are.
And without me having even done it, the waivers have already been added in, and there is a defense in there. I will say that.
So, Landon, go over yours and Sean's.
Real quick, Oscar's calling a shot that George Pickens is going to eat you guys alive because you guys play man.
Oscar also is a Jets fan.
All right, my matchup. It's going to be a little bit on the quicker side. Drake May, because we kind of already hit on it. Drake May and Jackson Dart. Obviously, I just traded for Jackson Dart today. Traded Higgins and Pollard. I think that both of those. I think Jackson Dart. I'm going to need him to carry me this week because Drake May is going against Cleveland, and I hate starting any players against Cleveland's defense because of how good they are. So I'm not expecting a huge breakout game from Drake May like he has been. Justin Jefferson up against the Chargers hasn't, I don't think, found the end zone since week 2, so I just need Jettas to find the end zone again. Waddle against Atlanta, don't like that matchup because AJ Terrell is probably going to be shadowing him. Devon Achane against Atlanta, CMC just went crazy against him, but unfortunately Devon Achane's team is not built like the Niners team, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Jonathan Taylor against Tennessee, expect 50 plus from him. Harold Fannin, average. Bucky, don't think I can start him. Rico, he's going to be in the starting lineup, and then 2 players that I pick up tonight.
Plus, Bucky has not been ruled out yet.
Correct.
Last week he was ruled out on Tuesday.
Correct.
So that is a plus. But they're by next week, right?
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
not fully
so-
expecting it.
Correct.
Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to ask you to go over it.
Sean doesn't have a quarterback other than Michael Penix right now because Sam Darnold's on a bye, so I'm expecting him to pick up another quarterback. Drake London against Miami. Drake London is just not Drake London when Darnell Mooney's on the outside. Cortland Sutton against Dallas. Cortland Sutton's going to feast. Breece Hall against Cincy. I mean, Breece should feast, but that offense is so bad. RJ Harvey against Dallas. I expect 15 unless JK happens to get suspended this week. I don't want to wish an injury upon him, but I don't see RJ Harvey doing anything unless JK gets hurt. Tyler Warren against Tennessee. Tyler Warren, best tight end in fantasy right now outside of McBride.
The tight ends for a second.
Hmm?
Can we talk about the tight ends for a second? Because I feel like it has been a pain in the ass, and Tyler Warren is a shining spot on Sean's team.
Yeah, it is only Tyler Warren and Trey McBride with Jacoby Brissett. Other than that, there's like every tight end just scores the same amount of points, just 10 points every single week, unless you get them on a good big blow up game.
Ferguson.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson. True.
He put got Kittle coming back. I feel like
he came back and got
ended up being right, but I mean, even then, he came back. You got Kraft, who I think could be in the mix. Tight ends can be sneaky into being week winners coming into the end of this.
No, I agree. I agree completely. I tried to get Tyler Warren, but unfortunately, the value is just not aligning. And then Rashid Shaheed, I think he's their punt returner, so he can get return yards, but that offense, you never know what's going to happen. Tet against Buffalo. Andy Dalton, I think, will help him. Michael Penix against Miami. If Michael Penix plays, I think he has a shoulder injury. Oh, lower leg injury. So Penix has a lower leg injury right now. And then Philadelphia defense against the Giants. But if Jackson Dart does well, their defense will not, and vice versa.
And that lower leg, I believe, is an ankle. Philadelphia. Well, you guys probably all saw Brandon Graham's returning.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're going to be pissed after what happened last time they played the Giants. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yep, Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's in Philly, so we'll see. I don't expect Brandon Graham to play this week unless he's in phenomenal shape, but I don't expect that to happen.
I think this matchup will be closer than people will expect.
You anticipating a matchup like Mark?
No.
After the trade today.
Yeah, after the trade today, I think Sean's team did improve. I don't think it'll be a 4-point difference, but I do think it'll be within 20.
Okay. And all of his players except Algier basically on a bye because Henderson is not startable. Benson's not returning, so yeah, it should be close. Sean, definitely improved his team today. Nice to see, like I said earlier, it's nice that he's not just selling pieces. He's actually trying to get pieces back.
Yeah.
And he did a great job today. Does Oscar have any comments on that?
Not this one.
Rude. Okay, so I'll go on mine then, and then we will do the other two.
Sounds good. Yeah, we're at 37 right now, 38.
Okay, so I've got, like we kind of discussed earlier, I got Caleb Williams and Roma Duze. So going against Baltimore, you never know what Baltimore defense is going to show up. They're starting to get players back. That's not a good thing, but their team is still shaky. So there's my stack, but has not worked out in the past couple of weeks. I think I've had one really good game with them. Ibuka, he surprised me that he played. Landon asked me, hey, as an Ibuka owner, did you want him to play? I said, no, I did not. But Mike Evans went down. Godwin's out. Ibuka showed that, okay, and I think he'll get a full practice this week, hopefully. But going against the Saints, it could go either way. Again, Saints will put up points. Their defense, depending on the pass rush, offensive line for Tampa is starting to get healthy. Did you guys see that they put Wirfs at right tackle a couple times last game?
Yeah.
So, what did you just say? Stud in Wirfs. I did not notice it during the game because I was kind of watching it, not really watching it. But then saw it on Twitter this morning, and that was impressive. Got Bijan going against Miami. Hopefully, Bijan goes off for 200. I've got Judkins going versus New England. New England's run defense has been, pretty tough. But Judkins, I believe, is just at a different level than a lot of the running backs out there, even as a rookie.
James Cook.
He just looks different.
Yeah, he does. And then 3 touchdowns last week. He was playing in the Wildcat formation. He was doing quite a bit. And then Tucker Kraft, which we talked about. Fant had a touchdown against them just last week. We'll see if maybe Kraft can get one. He seems to be a go-to target for Love, but Love has not looked all that great. Hoping Bucky does not come back this week. That gives me Rachaad White. Haskins has been not ruled out, but reported that he's not going to be playing. So hopefully Vidal can get better than what he had last week, which was 2.2 yards a carry. But the Colts just look different also. Jaden Daniels, I do not anticipate being able to play. He will be out of my starting lineup. New England against Cleveland should be a decent scoring matchup for me on my defensive side. Mark has somewhat started updating his roster. Aaron Rodgers, who going against Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, because good thing it's in Pittsburgh and not in Green Bay. I think that would be a different thing for Rodgers. Rodgers would be a very emotional game. So we'll see how that reacts anyways. But, they're going to want to crush Rodgers, and Rodgers is going to want to crush them. A.J. Brown against the Giants. What was that?
Rodgers has been sneaky good this year, too. Looking at stats from our scoring setup, because of the way we're scoring it. He started off a little weird, 2019, and then he turns off 27 by 27-47, and now he's at week 8. That's bad.
And the 47 matches the defense. Yeah, Cincinnati defense. So now he's going against Green Bay. It's a little bit tougher. Not as tough as Cleveland. Cleveland did beat Green Bay. It was a very defensive game, but we'll see how that. What's up, Oscar?
I'm in here.
What's up? See, now you can be part of this.
I'm a little late to the party, but I'm in here.
No, you'll do the next game. So back to the matchup. So A.J. Brown, I believe wasn't he shut down against the Giants?
Yeah.
The first time. They're starting to throw a little bit more. We said last week Hurts and Brown do not look like they're connecting, but I don't know. Last game they sure did. Barkley has not looked good. So we got Barkley, Jacobs, in that Pitt game. That's another game. The guy that can go off. Kelsey and Rice. Bourne. Depends on who plays for the Niners. It just seems like Bourne kind of dropped off. And then Turpin, that's another return guy that we were talking about earlier. Gets his return yardage because the receiving game with Perkins and Ferguson and Lamb isn't going to give him much, but the return yardage will give him some. Looks like we got another guy going after a defense tonight in Mark. So that's 3 people that are clearly going after defenses tonight. I think I should be able to beat him. Don't know if I will because my team has just it's laid an egg.
I think Bijan could potentially put up a 75 burger.
He should. He really should. So, Oscar, before you talk about the next matchup, and you can pick the two, whatever one you want, between, it does not yours, not Landon's, or mine. So the Rob and Nate, or Jason and Dylan. Why don't you give a little feedback on the true trades that were made today for Ian?
Man, yeah, Ian sold the farm. That surprised me. And when he sold the farm, I knew like his method to his madness. I guess like of him like getting rid of all these players, dumping something, and getting some high value players. But I feel like he had a solid squad though. And if he would have stuck with a solid squad and kind of like stuck in between what he was going through, I feel like he would have made it out. But at the end of the day, he's going to play without a running back, or he's going to pick up a running back, and I guess we'll just have to see. He can't afford to lose. We talked about that today at work. He's got to win. And if he picks up somebody on the waiver wire, a good running back or something like that, then he's going to give me a handful. Because he can't lose to me twice on the rebound. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. It's gonna be competitive.
So here's the thing: the 2 matchups that are left, Rob and Nate, and then Jason and Dylan. And you'll talk about one of them or both of them, whatever you want to do. Yeah. 3 of those teams are 6-8. So one 6-8 team is going to lose. second 6-8 team might lose Nate to Rob because Rob has just been he's been pulling these wins out. Then you've got Ian and yourself, both 8-6. So if someone loses, well, someone will lose in your guys' matchup.
Oh, for sure.
But if you lose both, you drop back to 6-8. Now you fall into this real tight group of teams that it's a cutthroat league. And Mark and I, if whoever loses this, if we win both, or they lose both, I should say, you're dropping back into that group. So it's going to get ugly the final few weeks of the season. And what is it? 15, 16, 17. So we're at week 8.
We're just
so
past the
we
half
still
field.
have 6 weeks left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of time, especially with the median.
Yeah. I'm glad we added that this year. So thank you guys for suggesting that. Because we know we'd never used the media until this year, Oscar.
Oh yeah. I was talking to one of my coworkers and we were talking about that other median from somewhere else, and he's like, dang, he's like, that's crazy. You're playing against a median. It helps. It helps. Especially like with me, like I put up almost 300 points, and then it was like, damn,
Yeah.
like I took a L.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you know what, that median kind of helps, and it's a game changer as long as, and it keeps you competitive as long as you're making trades or you're hitting the waiver wire or you're doing something to make your team better every week. You know what? Sometimes you taking that loss and then taking that win also, it dampers the blow. So yeah,
It does.
That was good.
Because if you're tied with a team that took the double whammy and you pulled out one just because of your score, okay, well now it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't hurt as bad because I didn't drop even with the guys that I was fighting with. So pick a matchup, Rob and Nate or Jason and Dylan.
Man, I feel like Rob and Nate's gonna be a good one.
Okay, take it.
Yeah.
So do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
Okay.
So hold on, let me pull this up. And this is a good one between Rob and Nate, and I've been watching this one a little bit closely because Rob's right there, and I feel like he has a great team, and he's playing great games, and he's winning a lot of games. But I just feel like with the depth and maybe with what he's got going on, something might change. But maybe because I'm being a little jealous because he's in my we're in the same division. But let me go to his.
So while you're pulling that up, we know he's going to go for a defense. Maybe not tonight, but at some point. He's got really only 2 people he can drop. And he also needs a tight end. So he's probably going to be going for both of those with Corum and Detroit, going for a defense. Really, and he's which seed is he?
He actually doesn't need a tight end. Sam Laporta is in his flex position.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Sam Laporta has got no game though.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a tight end though.
Yeah, you're right.
No, they should be fine. So that's what I'm looking at. As we look at the matchup, obviously Nate's a little more favored. Baker Mayfield, I feel like he's got he plays with a good chip on his shoulders. He's playing New Orleans, and I feel like that was an ugly taste left in his mouth. So I feel like Baker's going to do great things. Jalen Hurts will play solid. Lad McConkey is always the guy. I'm not too sure of Johnston. I feel like he'll put up his numbers. But I do feel like he has maybe he makes an adjustment with McCaffrey against Deebo Samuel. I don't know if he's good to go or if he's still gonna, get that many reps as far as his questionable injury. And then I feel like from that leg down, I feel like Nate has the rest of the advantage to beating him. Zach Ertz maybe, and then I feel like Laporta, maybe he makes that adjustment and picks somebody else up. But he has Pacheco coming back. He has Patrick Mahomes, which I traded with him with, and then Cleveland's gonna play a solid defense in my opinion. So I think Nate might put himself back in a mix and give you guys on that side a little something to worry about. So.
Well, like you made a comment the other day when you were, I think you lost to Jason last week, right?
Yeah, that was terrible.
And you said You know, Brian, I only have to face it.
You're out.
You got to take off.
Yeah, kids are being a pest.
See you. E.
Okay. Love you, dude. See
Love
ya.
you, bro.
So you made that comment, and yes, he is in mine. And his team,
He's
he
got
doesn't
a-
lose anybody. He's going to be tough.
He's got a squad.
Yeah.
And he does, but I feel like Nate is he's scratching, bro, and he's clawing, and I feel like he made some good trades a little bit, and he's trying to move around. But I feel like if he could do it, then it'll probably be like that one fluke to Rob, and it might help me a little bit.
So you look at this, and you mentioned that Nate is favored a little bit. Okay, but here you go. Rob doesn't have two players, so there's some points.
course,
But to recover that, McCaffrey's only projected 3.8. He's not going to get that. He's averaging like 170 yards of return yards, and that gets you 23 points if you get 170 yards. So because it's 1 for every 10, so that's 17 plus the 5, so 22 points, not 23, but still 22 points. You'll take that from a receiver any day.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So, anything you want to add to it, Landon?
No, I mean he's exactly right. I think Nate's one of those teams that are in the
Yeah.
6 and 8 mesh, but
yeah,
better than some of the other 6 and 8 teams.
yeah, I
Okay.
feel like he's the best. He's the best 6 and 8. Luckily to take on Rob, and I feel like hopefully he does his work.
Agreed.
Exactly. We're all pull. It's nothing against Rob.
And no disrespect to Rob. Rob is that guy, man. He's the man, and
That's like we're pulling for Sean this week to beat Landon. Landon made the comment to me. Hope you don't mind me sharing this. I lose either way because I don't get any credit if I beat Sean this week. But if I lose to Sean, you guys are going to give me crap. So it's a no-win situation for Landon.
yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
So here's the last one. Last one is Jason and Dylan. We can all just kind of discuss this. Jason, we all agree. I don't know if he's going to get the kind of points he got last week from the Bengals playing the Jets. But being a Jets fan, Oscar, is have you heard anything on Sauce?
Hey, you know what? Sauce just he reposted something on Twitter, and he was like, "I'm still that man." So,
But is he went out for a concussion, right?
yeah. I feel like we don't know yet. We'll figure it out on Wednesday if he's going to be back. But I do feel like he's going to come back into the lineup, into the fold. But I don't have any timetables, and I don't even know. I don't know if he's going to be back or not. But
Yeah.
I know from what he's doing online, to where nobody knows nowadays what anybody's doing online. But I don't know. We'll see.
Well, that's for Dylan's sake. He needs Sauce to come back, but you never know which Sauce you get. Kansas City versus Pittsburgh, defense-wise. Let's see. Does he have any Washington players? No Washington players. Pittsburgh, does he have any Green Bay players? No. So they're safe
Yes,
with that.
he has the
We were
quarterback.
Oh, does he? Oh, yeah. So, see, there you go. There's another thing that I don't, like I said earlier, the Pittsburgh, and I could see him dropping Pittsburgh after he just got 1 point from him. So,
Negative 1 point.
yeah, negative. I'm glad he didn't get one because then I would have lost by 3 points. I see him dropping or not being able to start Purdy, but does he have another quarterback? He does not. This should be a close one. Mims is another guy with return yardage. I like looking at these two teams. I like Jason's chances better. Dylan has a lot of players in his starting lineup that could possibly do quite a bit, but could possibly do a whole lot of nothing. Any players that, okay, I know you like your boy Cam. You want to talk about him, Oscar, on Jason's squad?
Oh man, that's a. I gotta look up that one. I gotta like dig into what he's looking at, but just looking at the point spread, and I'm gonna pull it up again. Let me see.
Yeah, because Scattaboo, do you think he does well against Philly again? Because that was his breakout game, wasn't it?
Scattaboo is gonna be solid. I feel like he's
Yeah.
always gonna put up solid numbers, and I feel like he's always gonna run the rock hard. as long as he's doing what he has to do. It's just a matter of their defensive front and what they're pushing to. So
Yeah, that game that scat broke out.
yeah,
No Jalen Carter.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
That's right.
So
But
completely agree with Oscar about that defensive front. It's kind of up to that.
yeah,
it is. Well, it should be a fun matchup. Again, it's a double 6-8 teams or matchup. Someone, maybe they get lucky and someone would be 2-0, someone could be 1-1. But if someone loses this and does not get a single win in the win column, it's going to hurt. And then next week, let's look real quick where we're at. So next week, we've got Nate and myself, Jason and Sean. So Nate and I, we could both be 8-8, 7-9, or 6-10 going into next week, or one of us could be better than the other. And then you've got Dylan and Ian, same situation. When do you? Oh, you guys have already played, but Oscar played. Oh, wait a minute! Oscar plays Landon next week.
yeah. I know. I was like, damn, I got Ian back to back almost, and then I got Landon up next. It's gonna be a tough couple of weeks or a few weeks for me. So
Plus, is you're 8-6. Or no, you're 8-6. Not also, but you're 8-6.
that's why Ian's selling the farm because he knows.
Wow, that makes we're getting to where it's been a great addition this year, Oscar, especially to the chat. You've been fun. You've been active on the waivers and the trades. Active with talking shit about Ian.
Love that.
We all enjoy doing that.
Oh yeah.
And then sending videos of him pulling around his barricade.
That was awesome.